I think the rain's going to hold off for us.
Yeah, it's just a little spritz, but it's really holding off. It's nice. It's actually nice and cool. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's great. It's actually kind of nice because the sun's not beating down on us. It's not too hot.
It's nice and dry in the tent. It's
Yes.
perfect in the tent here. So everyone should come flood the tents here.
Absolutely. Oh, you switched them on me.
No, it's these two and that one.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sounds of Health. We're live streaming today from Hamden Fest at the Hamden Town Center Park. The Hamden Regional Chamber of Commerce puts this event on every year, and it started this morning with the 5K and half marathon, and it goes into a full festival with food trucks, vendors, businesses here under the tent that you can see behind us. So if you're in the area of Hamden, Connecticut, please come out and say hello. There's a lot of really great things going on. I think the rain's going to hold off for us.
Yeah, it's just a little spritz, but it's really holding off. It's nice. It's actually nice and cool. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's great. It's actually kind of nice because the sun's not beating down on us. It's not too hot.
It's nice and dry in the tent. It's
Yes.
perfect in the tent here. So everyone should come flood the tents here.
Absolutely. And right where we're looking at this way is a whole vendor community as well, and they have their own tents out there. So if you were thinking that it's not the right weather to come and visit today, I think it is. I think it's a great day to come out and say hello. I'm Dave MacNiven. This is Jason Carubia. So we do Sounds of Health, and I'm also the owner of Nutmeg Insurance Advisors. So for anybody who doesn't know who we are, Sounds of Health is a podcast, a health and wellness podcast that we started last year, and we would love for you to check us out. We have how many episodes up?
We have 50 up, actually, yeah.
Yep.
And we've just recorded 55, so we have a couple more coming out down the road.
Yeah, so we're going to continue this. We release weekly episodes on YouTube. We live stream on Facebook sometimes, like we are today, and then we're on all of the podcast apps. So anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can hear us. And the point of the podcast is really to highlight people, businesses, resources, and stories that help others to improve their physical, emotional, and financial well-being. So we're here just promoting all of the amazing people that we get to meet through our business and through our lives that help you to really improve your lives. And that's really the mission behind Sounds of Health. So check us out. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a review. We love hearing from our listeners, and we hope that you will be a part of our health and wellness community that we're forming.
And this is going to be a marathon podcast live event today. So we're going to be having guests come on throughout the entire day. We would totally appreciate it if you could support those local businesses by tagging them, liking, and sharing their posts as they come onto the podcast.
Yeah, so right behind us here, this is kind of the vendor tent, and you've got a lot of local businesses who are investing back in the community, and we want to highlight all of them. We work closely with the Hamden Regional Chamber of Commerce on this event and on events all throughout the year, so we want to give back to these businesses that are really investing in the community and hopefully highlight them for you so that you know where to go if there's some need that you have.
Absolutely. And a big thank you to Nancy Dudchick, who set this up for us, coming back for the second year. We appreciate her producing through the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, Nancy's the best. And this is going to be a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to being here all day. You'll see us kind of come on and off as we go. A lot of people will be coming and taking this chair that Jason's sitting in. And if you are in the area of Hamden, Connecticut, Hamden Town Center Park, I know it doesn't look like the most beautiful day, but I think it's going to be a really fun day. There's going to be live music, lots of really great food vendors, and lots of businesses and people to talk to. So come and join us if you get a chance at Hamden Fest.
Thank you.
Thank you. There? Okay, that's better. All right. So hey again, everyone. Dave MacNiven with Sounds of Health live streaming today from Hamden Fest at the Hamden Town Center Park. We have our first guest for the day. Ladies, you want to tell everybody who you are and what you do?
Sure. My name is Mary Pursell, and I'm here with Cindy Voytovich, and we are from Abbate Insurance Associates. We're an independent insurance agency, and we do property and casualty insurance and life and health insurance as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Cindy joined us this past year. She's my administrative assistant, and she's the guru of communications and just assisting in all that we do internally in the office.
Yeah.
Abbate Insurance started a nonprofit 10 years ago, Linens of Love. And the idea for me came when I was helping my daughter doing service for Sacred Heart Academy. She was going to school there and had to do service. And we were feeding the homeless down on Grand Avenue in New Haven. And one thing I noticed with all the gentlemen that were there is that they were all so grateful and appreciative. And I went into the back room and saw that there were all bunk beds, set up with no sheets, no pillows, nothing. And I just left feeling so terrible for them because, you want to have some dignity and just
of course.
Be comfortable.
You're right.
And so I went back, gave it some thought, and I have a best friend who I grew up with since kindergarten, went to Sacred Heart as well. And we started bouncing off the idea of starting a nonprofit to collect linens and toiletries for shelters. And we checked around and we thought it was viable. And 10 years later, we're doing it, and
that's amazing.
We've really expanded the reach. So not only do we provide these items to shelters or the veterans, we also support women's shelters. DCF contacts us often to help people transitioning from homelessness or shelters into their own apartments.
That's really incredible. I think that's just an amazing thing for you to do. Do you look for donations, or are people giving like in-kind donations? Or?
Yep. So we started with pretty much mostly donations of slightly used linens, and just a lot of people love that because they're used to giving to Goodwill, right, or donation boxes.
Of course.
But they don't always think of the quilts and the sheets, and they really love the fact, and towels, they really love the fact that they can go and specifically bring them somewhere that they know is going to be put to good use locally.
That's really great.
And whatever isn't good enough to give away, we donate to pet stores and vet hospitals.
Yeah.
And they love it because they need that for their animals.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, so it's a win-win-win.
Yes.
That's great. Now, you guys have been longtime chamber members too, right?
Yes. Abbate Insurance started in 1975, so we're celebrating our 50th anniversary.
Congratulations.
This year. And Pat Abbate founded the agency, and when I came into it, he was a great mentor, and he was like, you have to be involved in the community. So he was a member of the chamber, very active, got me involved, and then I served on the board, and we've been members ever since.
That's awesome. I think that's so important. I started my agency 5 years ago, and the minute I started, I joined the Hamden Regional Chamber.
Yep.
I just thought it was so important to be a part of the community that you're serving.
Absolutely, and the relationships, they're friends now.
Oh, yeah,
it's
for
awesome.
sure.
Yeah.
And Nancy was so generous to bring us here last year with the podcast, because this was brand new and we were kind of figuring it out as we go. And to live stream all day from a location, we learned a whole lot last year. So we're happy to be here today and to be here with the audience and to highlight you and other businesses that are really giving back to the community.
Thank you so much. This, I think, is my second podcast.
Oh, yeah? That's great. Well, we can certainly have you on a full episode because I'd love to talk more about that nonprofit. It's Linens of Love. Linens of Love. That's fantastic. Is there a separate website, or do they go to your insurance website for that?
We do have a separate website.
It's linensoflove.org.
Okay, so linensoflove.org. Everybody should check out the amazing work that they're doing. I love that you kind of had an experience and saw a problem and then worked to solve it. I think that's just such a great lesson for all of us.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's important for businesses to give back too.
Agreed.
And not just be all about, the success.
Yeah.
And it really has drawn people to our office too.
Of course.
As our agency.
Yeah.
Because we care.
It's quite interesting, actually. The givers
have
are
you get a
very
little closer.
cheerful givers and repeat givers.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see it warms their heart that they're doing something to help others. And it's amazing to me that it's not just a way of unloading stuff. They know it's going to be used in a good way.
Yeah, that means a lot. You know, there's things that you have in your home that you've used and you've loved, and you know at some point you got to get rid of it, but you want it to go to somebody who's going to use it. You don't want to just throw it away.
It's hard to put it in a garbage bag and then throw it in a bin. I love the fact that I know I'm bringing it someplace where we have the volunteers that are going through it and finding the right home for it.
Yeah,
they do a lot of thoughtfulness when they put their donations.
So how many volunteers do you have?
Well, I have three staff members, and they're former employees or family. And actually, Abbate Insurance supports the financial expenses of the organization right now, but we're looking to learn more about grant writing so that we can sustain ourselves independently at some point.
Sure.
Because I have some big ideas that I'd like to see.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
That's really fantastic. Well, thank you for coming over and talking to us and talking to the audience. They're learning about you now live on Facebook, and then this will get released as a podcast episode in a few weeks.
Okay, great.
So thank you both for being our first guests. Yeah, thank you. All right.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. We'll be back with some additional guests, but if you're in or around Hamden, Connecticut, why not stop by? I think the rain is holding off for us. So it's actually a pretty beautiful day out. It's not hot, it's not humid, and there's a lot of really great vendors and businesses and some amazing food. So come down to Hamden Town Center Park and check us out.
Not gonna bite.
Okay.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Sounds of Health, live streaming from Hamden Town Center Park for the Hamden Regional Chamber of Commerce's Hamden Fest. This is an annual event that brings a lot of the community together. So the business community here under this tent, we have lots of vendors, and then right across from us, we have a number of tents set up outside too. Really amazing food choices and amazing people here. We have another guest on the show, so tell us who you are and what you do.
Sure. So I'm Keisha Chandler. I am the assistant director with the Nest School in Hamden. We're an early learning center.
That's awesome. So the Nest School, I think I've driven by it, right? Where are you guys located?
So we're right on Dixwell Ave.
Awesome.
We just opened a few months ago, actually.
Okay. And so what is the population that you serve?
So we serve for full-time care for 6 weeks up until 5 years old. Then we also offer before and after school care for up to 12 years old. And then this summer we'll offer summer camp for our school agers.
Oh, that's amazing. And how long have you been there?
So we've been there since April when we opened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And how are things going so far?
It's going really good, actually. Me and my director, Roseanne, we've worked together in the past at Child Care Center, and we're really fortunate that we are able to work again for the Nest. And we've been really just pouring into the community, really getting out there, getting our name out there, and it's had a really great turnout so far.
That's awesome. Was this a brand new venture, or is it part of something else?
So the Nest School is actually, the owners of it are Jane and Jerry, Jane Porterfield and Jerry Pastor. They opened up what used to be the Educational Play Care, and they had over 20 schools here in Connecticut. They retired, and then after a year and a half, they decided to open up a new branch of child care centers because they felt that there was so much more to do within child care. So we had worked for them in the past as Educational Play Care, and then when they opened up the Nest up here in Connecticut, we were so excited and we jumped right on board to start working with them because they do just so much for not just the staff, but for the families. They really base it off of community because we really want our schools to feel like home, that we're all family. So we were really, really fortunate to be able to come work with them again.
That's really amazing. Now, so have you been in this business for a very long time?
Yeah, so I've worked in childcare now for over 12 years.
And with this same, like the younger preschool?
Younger preschool, yep. From 6 weeks all the way up until 5 years old I've worked with.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. Now, how many classes do you have going at a time, or what's your capacity like there?
So right now we can have 135 students in our school. But we have multiple age groups that we serve. So we have our infants that go up until 1 year old. Then we have our duckling group, which is our ones. We have our cardinals, which is our twos. And we have our Penguins, which is our 3s, and our Cardinals, which is our 4s.
Oh,
our
wow.
Robins, our
I was going
going
to say, Cardinals were twice?
Yeah, Robins is 4, and Pelicans, which is our school agers.
Okay.
So we have a bird for each age group.
That's really cool. I love that. It goes with the whole theme, right?
Right,
The
exactly.
nest,
It brings it all back together. And our mascot is Buddy the Bird.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
And you were handing out business cards in the shape of an egg. Which I really liked.
Yeah.
That was great.
And when you come to our center, our cards are inside of a nest.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a great brand that you have on top of all the really amazing work that you're doing.
Yes, we love it, and we really feel that the town of Hamden really deserves a really good childcare.
Yeah.
And so we're here to do that.
That's great. Now, you said something about summer programs. You have some summer programs
Yep.
going on this year?
Yeah, so actually they start on Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so we have our summer campers coming on Monday, and then when you sign up, you can choose what weeks that you want to participate with us.
Okay. So is this like just throughout the summer months, and is it the same age groups?
Yeah, throughout the summer months, it's just for the summer camp. It's just for school agers,
Okay.
who are out on summer break, and then once school goes back in, then we offer before and after school care.
That's fantastic. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on Sounds of Health and for
course.
introducing this to our audience. It sounds like a really amazing place that people should check out if they have the
Yes,
need.
for sure. Thank you. Please stop by. We would love to have you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you all out there for listening. Please continue to share the feed, and if you're in the area of Hamden, Connecticut, come on down. There's a lot of really amazing people in this town.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Thank you. And we're coming back live from Hamden Fest. Thank you all for joining Sounds of Health. We have our next guest on the podcast. We want to tell our audience who you are and what you do.
Sure, I'm Shannon LeGault. I'm the Associate Vice President at Quinnipiac University, the Conferences and Events Department.
That's awesome. So you guys have a table right down here, right?
We do, yeah. We're here promoting all the different ways you can connect with the university, whether you're a student or an alumni or a local company or organization. There's so many opportunities.
Yeah, Quinnipiac is such a great place.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we drive by it all the time, and I mean, growing up here, the two of us grew up here, but we kind of take it for granted. But what a great campus
Exactly.
it is,
It's
an
kind
amazing
of
place.
a hidden gem that some people don't know about, but definitely worth coming by and checking it out. And there's so many new things. We just opened 2 new buildings, a new School of Business.
I saw that.
And the site, which is for the Science, Innovation, Technology, and Entrepreneurship building, which is great.
That's amazing. You guys have so much going on there. So tell me a little bit about what the programs that you're attached to are and what you have.
Sure. So my department works with outside companies and organizations that want to host their event on campus. So this is kind of a new adventure we're taking on, and we're bringing people in to host, whether it's corporate meetings or corporate dinners and receptions. If you have an association you belong to and you want to have the yearly conference there. So a lot of opportunities on the 3 different main campuses.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so is this pretty new, or are you guys just starting to offer this?
So we just started doing this in July of last year. I joined the university in November. So it's a new adventure, and so far we're getting a great turnout, and we're really excited about it. And we're also helping to bring more business to the university in the summer. So summer programs for youth, adult training camps and conferences, and then some athletic camps. So that's a new opportunity as well.
Yeah, I know my boys have participated in the baseball camp that's been there every summer, but there is a lot going on, right?
Yeah, we do. And then our lifelong learning team also brings in Quinnipiac-sponsored summer programs. So high school students that are interested in gaming, which is a big thing at Quinnipiac, nursing, health sciences. So a lot of different opportunities there for high school students to come and see the campus and learn from faculty and staff at Quinnipiac.
That's great. Now, do you also include that North Haven campus?
We do, yes. So we use North Haven a lot. That's where all our grad schools are, the School of Health Science, nursing, the law school, School of Education. So there's beautiful spaces over there as well.
That law school building is amazing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I had never been in there until recently. And when I walked in, I'm like, how did I not know this existed?
And the outdoor space, too, with the pond and the fountain. It's just
right. And they have that walking program.
Yes, we do. We have the Bobcat Stride, which is open for anybody to sign up for, and they can come in the morning or at night and walk either inside or outside. There's an entire path. So it's a great safe space for them to come, be part of the community, and just get some good exercise.
And totally free, right?
Totally free.
Yeah, the Bobcat Stride, I would bring the flyers with me to my appointments in the fall as I'm meeting with clients, because what a great thing to know about, like indoor, outdoor walking space, safe and free.
And we just opened a new trail on the main campus You get to walk around and see all the different trees that are on campus, and tells you a bit about them. And then obviously we have Sleeping Giant across the street, which is a great opportunity to get out and see some nature, get some fresh air.
Amazing. So it sounds like you're doing quite a bit.
We do, yeah. We have a lot going on. And then we have our grad programs, which are a great opportunity. And then we have a strategic partnership that we're working on with different companies that are interested in being partners with the university, and some great opportunities there that they can, sponsor something for athletics. We are looking for organizations that are looking for interns that hopefully our students can go intern at their organization.
That's
so
great.
Really just kind of looking for other ways to connect with the different local community.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered quite a bit. Now, where do people go if they want to learn more about all of these different opportunities?
Sure. So obviously the main website for Quinnipiac, there is the different links to go to. But if you're looking to have a event on campus, you can go to the conferences events department, and we have some information there, and then an inquiry form that they can fill out, and then we'll get back to them very quickly to see if it's something that will work on campus.
That's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
So going to the website, checking out the conferences. Okay.
Definitely.
Awesome. That's great. Now, is this something you've always done? You said you're new to Quinnipiac.
I am new to Quinnipiac.
Okay.
I came here in November, but I did this for 11 years at Yale University, down the street.
Okay.
So, looking to build up this program here at Quinnipiac as well. And I think the campus, the draw is how beautiful the campus is, and all the great spaces, and the faculty are wonderful. So
and you've worked at two of the best universities, I think.
Yeah, I've been very lucky.
Yeah, very lucky. That's
but
great.
I'm happy to be back. I graduated from Quinnipiac, so it's nice to be back as an alumni and see all the great events that they put on for alumni as well, and great ways for alumni to stay connected with the university.
That's
so
great, and they're very lucky to have you. So that's awesome. Anything that's coming up soon that you want to promote or talk about?
Well, right now we just have a lot of summer programs that we're working on, so we're super excited about that. We're looking to grow that even more next summer. But there's some great alumni events coming up. So if you are a Quinnipiac alumni, definitely check out the alumni website. There's one coming up at Illicit this week. There's an event at Dockside later in August. There's a couple of baseball games for alumni that they can go to. So a lot of great opportunities to stay connected.
So endless things going on at Quinnipiac. That's awesome. Now, what are you guys doing specifically here at the table? I know you're a part of the...
We're actually talking about all those different opportunities, so kind of representing the university as a whole and all the different strategic partnerships that they can have. And we're also part of the scavenger hunt for the kids here today, so getting their picture with our Bobcat cutout is on the list.
That's awesome. So there is a scavenger hunt here for the kids that are here, and so I don't even know how that works. Do you know how, where they go? Somewhere around here, they probably sign up for it.
Yep.
And then you have the Bobcat
we're one of the stops, so they can come and take their picture with Boomer.
Perfect. So a lot of activities to do down here at Hamden Fest and Hamden Town Center Park. So don't let the threat of the weather stop you. It's actually really beautiful.
Yeah, it's actually not bad at all.
Yeah, I might actually have to put something on because it's a little chilly, actually.
Yeah, and there's some great vendors out there. I've already hit up the coffee truck, which was great.
Nice. I might need to
my
do
morning.
that too.
Yeah,
so could use a little more coffee. Awesome. Well, Shannon, thank you so much for coming over and talking about Quinnipiac.
Thank you for having us.
You guys are doing such great things.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. We will be back with our next guest soon. So continue to tune in, share, like, subscribe, give us a comment, leave a review. We love hearing from you.
Don't be afraid of it. It won't bite.
Will do. Hello again, everyone out there. Welcome to Hamden Fest on this beautiful day in Hamden, Connecticut at Hamden Town Center Park. We have a little bit of rain coming in, but it still isn't dampening our spirits. Here under the tent, we have a number of vendors. And then the folks to my left here are out across from me here in their own tent, where we have a really amazing eclectic group of people out there. So tell us who you guys are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Pastor Chris Gilbert of Haven of Hope over here in Hampton. This is my wife, Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel Gilbert. I'm Chris's wife. I'm also a clinical psychologist. And we pastor the church in Haven of Hope in Hamden.
Awesome. Now, where in Hamden is Haven of Hope?
So we are currently renting from Grace and St. John's Church, which is the big white church across the street from the police station. I'm sure most people are familiar with that.
Sure, yeah.
And our current service times are at 12 o'clock, noon on Sundays. We're usually there about 2 o'clock.
That's great. So how long have you been around for?
So we've been at that location for just over 3 years now.
Okay.
And actually, comically enough, so about 4 years ago at Hamden Fest, we actually met the pastor of that church, and we actually connected really well, and then ended up come into agreement to rent from them.
Oh, wow.
Which is really cool. So this event is very special to us, as it kind of opened our doors to kind of being
It brought us to Hamden, really. Yeah.
Really? Where were you from before?
New Haven. We had a church in New Haven, and then COVID displaced us. And so Grace and St. John's kind of opened their doors to us after COVID and allowed us to come in and be in person again. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you do church services. Is it a certain type of denomination? Like how does that work? What kind of faith or?
Yeah, so we're Pentecostal, part of the United Pentecostal Church International.
Yep.
So that's the denomination.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And it's daily services, you said?
No, on Sundays.
On Sundays, sorry.
Sundays.
Okay.
And then we have a Connect Bible study group on Wednesdays.
Okay, gotcha. Now I think when I was talking to you at the table, there's a number of services that you're providing too, right?
Yeah, so we sponsor, I guess is the right word for it, and host and run 2 different support groups. So one is called Grief Share and one is Divorce Care. And so they are support groups for folks going through a divorce or have been through a divorce and trying to process everything that happened and understand how to move forward with their lives afterwards. And then same with Grief Share, folks who have had a very recent loss or a loss years ago, but wanting support, wanting to learn more about grief and process that and also move forward. They're both 13 weeks long and very supportive atmosphere. Everyone is welcome. There is, it is a Christian-based group, but it's not Christian heavy. I like to say it's Christian light.
Okay, fair enough.
So anyone's welcome. Like we've had people from all kind of different backgrounds, Christian and non-Christian, and everybody really draws a lot out of it. And it forms kind of a mini community within the group.
That's amazing.
And,
So they don't have to be members of the church in order to participate in those groups?
Yeah, not at all.
Gotcha. No. And where do people find out about you and those groups going on?
So you can go to our website, havenofhope.us, and our community action ministry page has the links to register for the different groups, but you can also go to divorcecare.org, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, divorcecare.org or griefshare.org, and there's other groups that other agencies run around the state. So even if you can't come all the way to Hamden, there's other groups that you can connect with.
That's amazing. So important too. I mean, for people that are undergoing those really challenging times, to have some type of support in their lives that help them to get through it. Really important.
No. So something we found is that there's so many people that are hurting. And so many people that just need support in some ways or somehow. And something that I really love about the groups is it's a really kind of relaxed environment where people can just come and they can just talk. And
there's no
sometimes
judgment.
It's actually kind of amazing how the groups will go. Because sometimes people will talk just completely about kind of what they're going through, their hardships, and then other times it'll take more of a spiritual turn. But at the end of the day, they're there because they're hurting. And something that we talked about is we want to foster a safe place where people can come and just feel heard, feel seen, and also know that there's a God that can help them. And that's kind of the focus of what we do.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think it's important for people to know that there are those resources out there for them, especially when they're undergoing those challenging times. So thank you for the work that you're doing in the community. That's really amazing. We're happy to have you in Hamden. And nice to hear that Hamden Fest is so important to you, that it's kind of started here. We've been participating here for the last 5 years since I opened my health and life insurance agency. This is our second year here as Sounds of Health live streaming. So we're really happy to be able to kind of show everyone all the various resources that are out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming on and introducing yourselves.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us and let us kind of share our little part of Hamden Fest here.
Of course. Anything else coming up that you want to promote or tell people about?
We're having an ice cream social this Friday at 6:30.
No, on the 20th.
On the 20th. That's this Friday.
All right, sorry.
It's the same thing.
This Friday at Grace and St. John's, you can come in through the ramp, and we're having an ice cream social. So
fantastic.
6:30 on Friday.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
All right. And thank you all out there for listening. Please continue to share the stream, like, share, review. Leave us a comment. We'd love hearing from you. And we'll be back with another guest soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Sounds of Health. We're here at Hamden Fest at the Hamden Town Center Park. I do want to thank Ash and Eric for the music that you're hearing in between our guests. They allowed us to use it today, and they're just fantastic artists. So thank you both for that. And we have another guest on the podcast. So I'm going to let you talk about who you are and what you do.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Jessica Marshall, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I own Behavioral Health and Wellness here in Hamden. We are a mental health and addiction therapy practice. We have 30 staff of licensed professionals, and we do individual therapy, family therapy, couples therapy, and adult med management. We also have a specialization in chronic illness in senior populations. We are an insurance-based practice, so we take all major insurances, including all managed Medicare plans, Husky, Anthem, Aetna, Cigna, Optum, Connecticut. And so we'd love to hear from folks in the area. If you're struggling with mental health, your children are struggling with mental health or addiction, we can help you navigate that journey. We can also connect you with addiction medicine doctors should you need medication to help curb your addiction. And we're just happy to be here today to show support for mental health. We know it's a stigmatized issue, but we're hoping that the more we get out in the community and show that, hey, this is something that we can deal with, just like you deal with cancer or any other medical issue. Your brain is your biggest organ, and you want to take care of it. So we have offices on Dixwell Avenue, across from right next door to KinderCare, and as well as on Whitney Avenue. We also offer statewide telehealth if people can't get into an office. In our Heal at Home program, we go into older adults' homes or people that struggle with chronic illness to bring the service to them, so that way they're not people that are isolating in their home with depression or other issues.
I mean, it sounds like you're doing quite a lot, actually, which is really amazing. And it's nice that you accept insurance as well, because we talk to our clients all the time about how there's certain things that the insurance will cover, and to take advantage of that, really.
Absolutely. And so before someone even comes to see our therapist, our office manager, Megan, will run their insurance plan, make sure they're eligible, let you know if we can what their deductible amount is or what their copay is, and then we go from there. So by the time they're seeing their therapist, they're already well aware of like what their cost will be. But yes, we are very accessible due to the fact that we take insurance. And that we have the ability to do telehealth. If someone isn't in the Hamden area, they can also reach out for services.
That's amazing. And how important it is to get rid of that barrier for people, that barrier of thinking, oh, it's going to be too expensive, I can't afford this. They can call and they can find out in advance exactly how their insurance will cover it, which is great.
Absolutely. And we're also a multi-state practice, so we also can provide telehealth care in the state of New York, Maine, Florida, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. So for those folks that travel a lot or they are in college and they go home in the summertime, we can provide those services, so there's no barrier to treatment when they come in and out of the states that we're in as well. Yeah.
Very nice. Now, how long have you guys been around for?
I've owned the practices for 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
We opened our, I think it was our third location, within the past year and a half. That's the one on Whitney Avenue. But Dixwell we've had for several years. We kept it all the way through the pandemic. But I've been a licensed clinical social worker and in the field of social work for over 28 years. So I've seen a lot in my career. I've worked with some serious mental illness, a lot of addiction, and just people just struggling with everyday life. It doesn't have to be a major thing that brings you in for treatment, but it could be anything from losing a loved one. It could be struggling in a job situation, feeling a lot of stress and anxiety around, your kids going to college next year, whatever it is. We're here to help you through that. So reach out to us. You can reach us. Our phone number is 203-399-6071. Our website is behavioralhealthandwellnessct.com. And we're happy to help you at whatever stage of recovery you are in, or to get you to the right place that will help you. So if we can't help you, we're not going to say go call your insurance. we'll actually find another provider to help you so
That's
that
awesome.
you
That's
don't
so
fall through the
important.
cracks.
Yeah, I mean, that's just such a really important service that you're providing. Can you tell me a little bit, you had mentioned something about chronic illness in seniors. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure. So we're one of the only private practices in the state that deal with anyone 65 and older. So that's how we developed our Heal at Home program, because a lot of folks couldn't get into our offices for that treatment, and I have a medical background. So when I used to go out and do medical social work with home care agencies and that sort of thing, we'd go in for 3 visits.
Right.
And then we couldn't go back out because we were billing under the nursing contracts. And so I knew when I opened my private practice that seniors were always a forgotten about population, but we're all aging here every day. And so
Right.
I think Connecticut has one of the highest senior populations in the country.
Yeah.
A lot of people stay here after they retire. So that was really important to me to be able to provide those services. And so anyone that sees someone 65 and older, our staff range from late 20s all the way to 76. And so anyone that does see that population or the chronically ill, the therapist has a background in medical stuff and in that age population, or is familiar with, the medical reasons that might be bringing someone in. We also extend that service to caregivers, because we know that caregivers are often forgotten about and they're under a lot of stress and anxiety, whether it's caretaking a loved one or a spouse, that sort of thing. So it doesn't just need to be for the person that's dealing with the chronic illness. It could be for their family members as well, or CNAs or the other medical providers that are in there all the time. They can have vicarious trauma brought on by high levels of stress.
Absolutely.
So there isn't really anyone that we can't service, but if we feel like it's out of our realm, because we're really ethical and we practice only within scope of practice, we will help you find another provider either in the area or something else that might work for you to get the help that you need.
I think that a few things that you said, I think people just aren't aware that those services even exist.
Absolutely.
And how important that is, especially if you are at home and you're suffering and you need help. I mean, these things do exist. And so that's really great to know. And I'm happy that we're able to kind of tell more people about that. Did you say you have a staff member that's 76?
Yep, we have staff all the way to age 76.
That's awesome.
So a lot of times when people retire, they come back and work with us because they want to do part-time work. But because of the populations we serve, again, even though it's ages 5 through seniors, our oldest patient has been 102. So we're not going to put someone that's 102 with a 26-year-old right out of college, because that wouldn't be an appropriate fit for what they're dealing with. So we really try to match people to the expertise of our clinical staff. And get them treatment within a week of the call.
Oh, wow.
So we're not a practice that keeps a long wait list purposefully, because we feel like if someone has the ability or is brave enough to call in for treatment, especially for mental health or addiction, we're not going to make them wait on a wait list to be seen. That's why I'm saying, if we can't take you, we'll refer you somewhere else that we know has openings, so that it's a seamless process and a warm handoff.
That's awesome. I mean, how many times do all of us call a doctor's office for a service and we're put on the schedule 3 months later?
Absolutely. And when you do call, you may need to leave a message, but our office manager, Megan, and I run the whole front and back end of the business. So we do call everyone back.
That's great.
Usually within a 72-hour period.
Awesome. Now, is this your first year at Hamden Fest? Do you guys do this regularly?
I haven't done Hamden Fest before, but we are, I live in the community of Hamden. My daughter goes to school here. My husband's a nurse at Yale. So we're really well vested in the community here. And this just happens to be the first year that we came out and did the Hamden Fest, and we're really excited that we did.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for being here and for telling everybody here on Sounds of Health about the work that you're doing. We definitely want to get the word out about that. I mean, the services you provide are really amazing. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. So again, if you want to reach us, our main line is 203-399-6071, and we're happy to help.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And thank you all again for listening. I'm going to need a coffee pretty soon. I've been doing way too much talking to not have more caffeine. But thank you guys for listening. Please continue to share the stream, and we will be back. And here's some more music from Ash and Eric.
Yeah, I'm slightly hard of hearing.
Okay.
So
Me too. Yeah.
There's a hearing company over there.
I know. Yeah, I was born half deaf, so I'm mostly deaf in one ear.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going deaf in one ear.
So can you hear now? Are you good to hear?
This is great.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we're competing a little bit with the live music that's happening outside of the tent. So for people that are listening, we have live music here. It sounds really amazing. There's some really cool artists that have been playing. Yeah. And then these vendors, the businesses, it's just, I realize it's a little bit rainy, but man, it's a great day.
I know. It's our first time here, but had a great day. I came down early this morning, did the race as well.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
With the half marathon?
I did the half marathon.
Wow, congrats.
Had a quick shower outside and changed my shirt, and here I am today.
That's great. Actually, this is the perfst weather for a half marathon, in my opinion. I like it when it's a little rainy, a little cooler. Yeah, that's great. So, welcome again to Sounds of Health. Why don't you tell our audience who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Andrew Noble from a company called Sitestream. We're based in Massachusetts, just north of Boston. We've been contracted by the town of Hamden for their traffic safety cameras, which is an exciting safety initiative being promoted by the state of Connecticut. Some new legislation came out about a year and a half ago.
I'm going to have you get just a little bit closer.
Some new legislation came out about a year and a half ago for speed cameras and red light running cameras.
Yeah.
So it's very much orchestrated through the state DOT. They get to decide where cameras go. So what we've been doing over the last few months is working closely with the city to do some traffic analysis on the street. Where are the speeding violations occurring? We're here today to talk to the members of the public about cameras are coming.
Yeah.
This is what the tickets look like. It doesn't go on your insurance, doesn't get reported to the DMV. And we're trying to slow people down. Over the last 5 years, there's been more than 9,500 crashes here in Hamden. And you live here in the community, you see the traffic, and there's a lot. So we've been doing a lot of analysis over the last few months, putting those justification reports to CDOT, and we'll be putting the cameras in the ground sometime late summer. Now, for the first 30 days, we're sending warning tickets, right? So we'll be getting normal tickets, but they don't owe any money. And we're issuing speeding tickets to those that are going 10 miles an hour or more over the speed limit.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to slow people down, increase safety, reduce crashes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that you're kind of having that warning system first so people can become aware of the system, because then it really does become a deterrent, right?
Exactly. And we've been working with the council about other public initiatives we can use for awareness. This is just one example here today.
Yeah.
But, some website work and Facebook work and some social media for the city to let people know the cameras are coming and how they work. So we're excited. We've had some great successes in the communities we've worked with around the country over the last 20 years, and we know that these cameras make a difference. They slow cars down, they increase safety, they decrease crashes.
Right, yeah.
Another thing that we do in our company we're proud of is we take some of the money that we earn from the program, we give it back to the city twice a year as a grant fund, and they can give it to their high schoolers to get more driving lessons and better driving lessons.
Oh, wow.
People our age, we've got our ways of driving, but if we can somehow create a better audience of drivers, next generation of drivers going forwards, let's help with that. So we take some of our money and help the high schoolers in your town get better driving lessons and more driving lessons.
That's really impressive. I love that. You're putting it back into the community.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome.
So we've had a great day here today. As you said, it's rainy outside, but that hasn't stopped everyone being happy and coming into the tent. And overwhelmingly, 100% of the people that stop by our booths to talk about the cameras and we explain what's going on, they're happy. They live here. They want to see the streets get safer. I've heard horror story after horror story about near misses, and my son was hit last year in his car. So it's been a great initiative for us to do this today.
That's great. I mean, it's so important to prevent those accidents that really just have a devastating effect on people and families. We all need to slow down and be more mindful of our driving practices. Where the cameras themselves how do they operate? Like, where do you usually put them? Are they in like the high traffic the intersections?
Yeah, so we're installing two types of cameras. Some are speed cameras in areas where there's no traffic lights, but people are just flying down the road. And some are traffic light intersection cameras, which are about 400 feet before the intersection. And we have radars, which are essentially monitoring all the traffic, how fast people are going. Those radars are incredibly accurate and also can determine, well, that's a truck, that's a car, that's a pedestrian, that's a bicycle. And so the radars trigger the cameras based on some preset rules set by either state standard, city ordinance, and best practices. So, we'll see the cameras. They're about the size of a small shoebox. They are not large.
Okay.
We try to build a very unobtrusive product. The town does a lot to make sure that the streets look good. So the last thing we want to do is put something that's big and ugly on the poles.
Sure, we appreciate that.
But before any driver's driving down the road, they'll see signs saying this is a photo enforced area. State statute says that we have to put some warning signs. Determines how big those signs are. So we're doing a lot of public awareness work, and as I said, the first 30 days are just warning notices.
Yeah,
it's
that's
nice
great.
And easy.
Yeah, I love that. Well, thank you for the work that you're doing.
It's great to be here, and thanks for the chance.
And we appreciate you telling our community about it, because I think it's really important to understand and be aware of it.
Yep.
So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, yeah, you too. Enjoy Hamden Fest. Thank you, guys. We'll be back with our next guest soon. That's great. Hello again, everyone. Thank you for watching and listening to Sounds of Health. We are live from Hamden Fest this year at the Hamden Town Center Park, and we're highlighting all the various people here in the community that are out here supporting Hamden and this greater community. So we have another guest. Why don't you tell us who you are and what you do?
Hello. Yes, I am Jameka Jefferies. I am the owner and CEO of Diamond Realty Partners here in town, and I'm also running for mayor as a Democratic candidate for the town of Hamden.
That's a big undertaking, right?
It's huge, but it's necessary. You know, whenever you want to enact change, you have to be the change that you're looking for.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, for
Definitely.
sure. Yeah, so now you're a business owner, too. So how long have you been in business for?
So, yes, I've been this particular stretch, 7 years in real estate.
Oh, wow.
Prior to that, I had a consulting firm that I had several years back, and just always been very entrepreneurial. I believe in the entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
And we definitely have to foster and support that, because that's what makes the world go round, essentially.
Absolutely. I think it's so important. And
Yes,
I think
sir.
people don't realize the opportunities that exist for people. If you want to start your own business, if you have an idea or something that you want to do in your life, it is possible.
Absolutely. And that's some of the things that I want to tackle here in town, as a matter of fact. Because right now, small business, we don't have anything for a person that's coming to Hamden and saying, you know what, I want to aspire to start that bakery or, whatever it is that their dream is. And that's essential to how a town grows. We have to create an economic development plan for the people here. We have to bring in more viable, lucrative businesses into the town, because that, in fact, will increase the tax base, lower the mill rate, and lower the burden on the rest of the taxpaying citizens in town. So fostering, again, that small business, that entrepreneurial spirit, giving them the tools that are necessary, the training, helping them to be successful long term.
Yeah.
I mean, you can start a business, but the next question is, can you stay in business, right?
For sure. Yeah. I forget what the number is, but there's a certain percentage of businesses that actually make it past that first 5 years.
5 years, that's the threshold,
And then once they do, then there's, it's constant growth, right? It's like growth and then kind of that valley of, where you are, where you want to go.
Yes. And being able to scale.
Yes.
As a lot of entrepreneurs, they start out as solopreneurs, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so they're doing everything. They're the cook, the bottle washer, the host, everything. And so teaching them how to let go of the reins and relinquishing some of that, responsibility.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to do that too, when you're an entrepreneur.
Of course.
Trusting others in those positions of leadership. But that's what a great leader does. You need to, if you really want a successful business, your business should be able to run without you being there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So long-term goals, not just short-term, but long-term, getting in the long game. And that's what I want for this town even. Right now, we don't even have a vision. We don't even have a credo. What's the purpose of this town? And for us, what my thought process is that, we want Hamden to be a place where you can thrive, flourish, live, and grow. with your families, with your business. We're a place where you can work, live, and play.
Yeah.
A place where, we represent unification, beautification, and revitalization, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super excited about the prospect of taking over the reins of this, troubled town right now.
Yeah.
But when I'm done, and when the people of this town are done, listen, there's no stopping us. We're going to be the beacon, kind of the lighthouse of what it looks like for a town that refused to go down because of high taxes.
I can feel the passion. It's clear how passionate you are.
Yeah,
and I do think I was talking to somebody before you got here about chamber membership, because that is one thing I think that Hamden has a really strong chamber, and it's something at the minute I opened my business, I joined the Hamden Regional Chamber of Commerce, and events like today are just so important to bring the community together, to highlight the businesses and the resources that people have available to them is really important, because otherwise people don't realize how much there is out there for them.
Absolutely right. And I'm so glad that you did that, because a lot of times people don't understand just how important the chamber is. I belong to the Greater New Haven Chamber as well. I've won awards through the chambers. And it wasn't just about winning an award. It was about being recognized. They saw the growth over the years.
Right.
I received the Regional Community Impact Award just by virtue of, plugging in, being present. And Nancy Dutchik here at the Hamden Chamber
Nancy's
of Commerce
great.
is phenomenal, right? She has been so instrumental in giving me a platform, because I'm not just a real estate broker, I'm also a speaker, a nationally recognized speaker.
Yeah.
So allowing me to talk to my contemporaries and constituents here, to encourage them and empower them, to let them know, just like you stated earlier, hey, if it's possible for me, it's possible for you.
Right.
You just need to get around the right environment, and that's what the chamber provides for you. Other like-minded individuals who are stepping out. Everybody told them they were crazy. Don't quit your 9 to 5. You need stability. You need benefits. And we were just crazy enough to say, hey, I'll create my own benefits. I'll create my own future. I'll create my own, ability to self-insure myself until I can, get to a place where I can afford it. So super important. I want to say this last thing.
Yeah.
It was at a chamber event that I bumped into what I call, he doesn't know this probably, but before I got into the race, I'm the type of person that believes you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? You just find someone that's successful, and then you model successful behavior. Like, it's simple.
Right, yeah.
And at a chamber event was when I bumped into this very influential man. And I saw the way people gravitated towards him when he came in the room, right? So I said, that's the person I need to meet at a chamber breakfast. I walk up to him and say, sir, I don't know who you are, but I know you're somebody important. And he says, well, how did you, figure that out, young lady? Long story short, the man that I bumped into at a chamber breakfast was Mike Frieda, first selectman Mike Frieda of North Haven.
Right.
Took me 2 weeks to get on his schedule. Next thing you know, I'm sitting at lunch with him at Lou Dow's. And the man was so giving, just so wonderful to me. I'm a Democrat, right? I had no idea he was a Republican. All I cared about was success. And the people in this town are at that part right now. We don't care what letters in front of the name.
Right.
We just someone who's going to go in there, execute, someone that's going to care for the people, someone that's going to provide opportunities for the town. And he gave me such great advice. He's like my mentor in my head. He doesn't know it. But he told me, he said, young lady, everything that it takes to be a successful mayor, you have it on the inside of you. Just execute, implement, and I'll be watching you.
That's great.
But that came from a chamber event.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Well, I want to thank you so much for spending some time with us here today. This event is so important, I think. It's one of the bigger events that the Chamber provides to the community. And even with this rain, there's still a lot of people out here. I mean, some amazing performers on that stage. Like, it's been a lot of fun. And some great food trucks, too. So.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to get to some. I've been talking all day, right?
I need a coffee, right now.
I'll get you one. Don't worry.
That's okay. But thank you so much for being here and for sharing your story. And I love the passion that I can see that's emanating from you. So good luck with everything. I know it's a really strong, really tough thing to do, but service to your community, I think, is really important. And I think we all have to realize that, we all are trying to be successful and provide for our families. But it's important to give back to the community as well.
Incredible. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. Thank you guys for listening out there. Hope you're enjoying the stream. We're going to be coming live to you all day long until 4 o'clock here at Hamden Fest. So please be sure to comment and like and subscribe, and we'll be back soon with our next guest.